The faded wooden sign creaked gently in the autumn breeze as the Thornfield family pulled into their new driveway, its chipped letters reading, Willow Hollow. Michael, the father, stepped out and inhaled the crisp, earthy scent of fallen leaves, mingling with the faint mustiness from the old house behind him. It had a certain charm, he thought, despite the creeping shadows that clung to the corners like uninvited guests. As the weeks passed, their routines became tinged with subtle oddities. The family would frequently catch glimpses of shadows flitting through dimly lit hallways, darting just out of sight. At first, they chalked it up to the imagination running wild in the silence of the spacious house. But the temperature began to drop during the day, an inexplicable chill that wrapped around them, following them like a forgotten memory. The nights grew longer, each dusk cloaked in an unsettling stillness that settled heavily in their veins. One evening, while rearranging her bedroom, Sarah discovered an old, ornate box hidden behind her desk. Intrigued, she pried it open, revealing a collection of battered pieces of parchment. They were marked with peculiar symbols, meticulously drawn, yet fading with age. The urgency to decipher them soaked into her thoughts, and unknowingly, Sarah had crossed an old boundary. Long-forgotten house rules hung in the air like dust. She felt strangely compelled to speak the words etched into one particularly weathered page. That night, the family was jolted from their sleep, a fierce knock resounding through the halls, grinding against the stillness. They gathered in the living room, confusion hanging heavily in the air. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted further, their breaths misting in the chill as the newly acquired house began to exhale the dread it had absorbed over the years. The walls whispered ancient secrets, sounds like creaking wood merged with a faint, anguished wail. In a moment of clarity, the family realized the pattern of oddities that surrounded them. Midnight echoes of their own voices mingled with others that were not quite human. In desperation, they reached for the box, mapping their way through the pages, searching for a way to undo their intrusion before it consumed them entirely. And then, as if the house itself held its breath, Sarah recited the final phrase etched in the dim light. A deafening silence washed over them, followed by the disbanding shadows that darted back into their corners, leaving only the soft rustling of leaves outside.